Just yesterday, you came around my way. You changed my whole Saturday with your astonishing beauty. Oh girl, you could have make a rock a sing. No ordinary thing, a supernatural being. I knew you were brighter than the moon, brighter than the star. Love you just the way you are. Girl, you are my African queen, the girl of my dream. You take me where I've never been. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling. You are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. And you remind me of a thing. You remind me, yeah, it's the African beauty. You, baby, that's what you are. Out of a million, you stand as one, you stand in one. I look in your eyes, and what I see is paradise. You captivated my soul. Now every day I want you more. I cannot deny this feeling I'm feeling inside. No one can't take your place, can't take your space. That's a fact I cannot erase. And you're the one that makes me smile, makes me float like a boat upon the night. Girl, you are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. You are. You take me where I've never been. You take me. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. You are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. And you remind me of a thing. You remind me, yeah, it's the African beauty. I love you just the way you are, my African lady. Don't change a thing, stay the way you are, my African queen, yeah. I love you just the way you are, my African lady. Don't change a thing, stay
Meet my body, the largest soft.
the way you are, my African queen, yeah. Girl, you the shine like this. And just yesterday, you came around my way. You changed my whole Saturday with your astonishing beauty. Oh girl, you could have make a brother sing. No ordinary thing, a supernatural being. I knew you were brighter than the moon, brighter than the star. Love you just the way you are. Girl, you are my African queen, the girl of my dream. You take me where I've never been. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling. You are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. And you remind me of a thing. You remind me, yeah, it's the African beauty. You, baby, that's what you are. Out of a million, you stand as one, you stand in one. I look in your eyes, and what I see is paradise. You captivated my soul. Now every day I want you more. I cannot deny this feeling I'm feeling inside. No one that can't take your place, can't take your space. That's a fact I cannot erase. And you're the one that makes me smile, makes me float like a boat upon the night. Girl, you are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. You are. You take me where I've never been. You take me. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. You are my African queen. You, baby, girl of my dream. And you remind me of a thing. You remind me, yeah, it's the African beauty. You, baby, African waistline. I say now you with the top of the line. This feeling I feel is a branded design. You got me thinking about you, hey, all the time. Morning, noon, and nights now you with my mind. You're my African queen. You are my African queen. You, baby, you're my queen. You are. You take me where I never been. You take me. Yeah, you are my African queen. You, baby, you're my queen. You remind me of a thing. You remind me, yes, the African beauty. This one is for the black woman all over the world. Know what I'm saying? Well, black woman in Asia, in Japan, black woman in Australia. So me love on the bad. And there's some brown production. Blackface Nigeria. Well. That's what you are. Out of a million, you stand as one day, you stand in one. Oh, I look in your eye, and what I see is paradise. You captivated my soul. Now every day I want you more. I cannot deny it, it's feeling I'm feeling inside. Now no one that can take your place, can't take your space. That's a fact I cannot erase. And you're the one that makes me smile, makes me float like a boat upon the night. You are my African queen. You, baby, you're my queen. You are. You take me where I never been. You take me. You are my African queen. You, baby, you're my queen. You remind me of a king. You remind me, yes, the African beauty. I love you just the way you are, my African lady. Don't change a thing, stay the way you are, my African queen. Yeah, I love you just the way you are, my African lady. Don't change a thing, stay the way you are, my African queen. Yeah, girl, you the shine like the star up in the sky. I promise you, say me, I go tell you no lie. I love the pretty black skin, your African waistline. I say now you with the top of the line. This feeling I feel is a branded design. You got me thinking about you, all the time. Morning, noon, and nights, now you with my mind. You're my African queen. You are my African queen.
We're just trying to get more people on board. Thanks for joining. We're going to be starting in a minute. Please let us share. Let us begin to share. Get more people on board. We're talking about my mother-in-law. That is today's topic. I want everybody to join in with your contribution and experiences. Thanks for joining us.
This one is for the black woman all over the world. Know what I'm saying? Well, black woman in Asia, in Japan, black woman in Australia. So me love on the bad. And there's some brown production. Blackface Nigeria. Well, black woman in Jamaica, America, Africa. So you're my African queen.
Thank you all very much. Wow, it's another beautiful day. We bless the name of the Lord. my guest is finding her way around the app to join. Thank you. I see Matthew, Woli Matthew. Thanks for joining. Sister Larry Waju. And my beautiful mommy, Ogun Fonwa Oluwakemi. Thanks for joining, ma. We're looking at different type of mother-in-laws we have. Before my guest joins in, can you please begin to send from your experiences? What are the type of mother-in-laws have you experienced? Have you come around? Or that you are yourself? Mommy Ogunfunwa, you are a mother-in-law to a couple of your children. So what kind of mother-in-law are you to your daughter-in-laws and sons-in-laws? What are the different type of mother-in-laws do we have? I know there is one they called, what's it called? Bonfita. What kind of mother-in-law is Bonfita? Let us begin to come in with contribution. Mr. Larry Waju, I see you online. Thanks for joining. I cannot find my guest. Let me see what's going on. Bonfita mother-in-law. How can explain Bonfita mother-in-law to me, please? Bonfita mother-in-law are the ones that are commonly called mother-in-laws who anything you do is right as long as they get money from you. Everything you do is right. You are the best daughter-in-law. You are the best son-in-law. As long as you buy them gifts, as long as you look after them, as long as you know you're always there for them. When they say they want something, you buy for them. You buy ashwabi for them. You buy jewelries for them, and they are good. They are good to go. They are the best. But if you don't have money or you don't treat them, you don't look after them, then you are not a good daughter-in-law or a son-in-law. That will frustrate your life. Mommy L. Better said she had a horrible experience, the one that nearly cost her dear life. Wow. Wow. That's a big one. We have different kind of mother-in-laws. You don't pray to me the bad one, like our mommy experienced here. Thanks for joining, ma, and thanks for chipping that in. And she said her mother-in-law was diabolical. That's another one. Diabolical mother-in-law. Those are the categories of the ones that are witches and that know how to go to Babalawo and all that. But then what is the reason, for us to be able to really understand why they are going diabolical? What is the reason why they are going diabolical? Is it because they're trying to protect their child, or they don't want to share their child with anyone, or they think you are a threat to them, taking their position in the family? Why are they going diabolical? Why are they fighting you? What is the root of it? Mommy Kemi says we are ready. Thank you so much. What is your experience? You are a mother-in-law to some of your children. How do you think your children view you as a mother-in-law? There's another mother-in-law that someone sent a message to me now saying they are attention seekers. Attention seeker mother-in-laws. They are the types that want you calling them all the time. You must tell her what's going on or what is happening in your home and in your life. They want you to be their gist partner. I believe such mother-in-law, probably they need a friend. They need somebody to talk to. And you come into their life, into their home, into their family. They see you as a daughter or they see you as a son. And they want somebody to talk to all the time. But there's a limit to what you can gist with them, what you can tell them, you know. It's not everything you can tell your mother-in-law because they're human as well. So your family is your family, your mother-in-law is your mother-in-law. But then they might want more, but you have to be very careful. Why you keep them busy with gist? You know, we also you need to know what you gist them with them. You can discuss party, jewelry, clothes. Tell them your children are doing fine, everything is fine, we thank God. How is your business? Fine, we thank God, you know. You limit and you season what you say and what you don't say to them. Amen. My guest is still having problem. I might have to. Mommy Elbecher says, I prayed. I do not fall into that category. And thanks be to God. Amen. She's also a mother-in-law. And she has learned from her experience to be a better mother-in-law. Oh boy. Let me see. I need more contribution, please. Let's share more category of mother-in-laws. There's another one called perfectionist mother-in-law. They want things to be done to suit their needs. Now, that is even a very wrong one to start with. What is their need? Your family is your family. They are extended. So for them to want things to be perfect in your home, it's wrong. It is not about them. It is not their needs. It is your need. So that is even a wrong view to start with. Especially those, sorry, I'm cutting in and out because I'm communicating with my guest to help her navigate her way around connecting to the program. She's using her laptop. She cannot find how to get in. Perfectionist mother-in-law, they want things to be done to suit their needs, especially those types that want their environment to be clean and tidy. Now, that is expected of a lot of mothers anyway. Everybody wants everywhere clean, tidy, a home to come to, a home for your children, a clean environment for your family. You know, but as a mother-in-law, we need to also know our limits. We can advise, we can encourage our daughter-in-law or son. We can encourage them, we can advise them, you know, but then if we have spoken to them a couple of times and you see that they are not taking heed to your advice, then you step back. You step back a little bit. You can even stop going to their house. And if they ask you why you're not coming, you express yourself, because I don't want to come to your home every now and then and be complaining. And because I don't want to be complaining, that's why I step back. Because your environment is not clean enough for me to become. It's not clean enough for you to bring up your children. You know. But my point is still that there is a limit. You can interfere in the life of your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law. You can only advise them and pray and encourage them. But we have mother-in-laws like that, who will come into your home and complain. Funny enough, their home might not even be the cleanest. But they are very picky. They can come to your home and tell you, oh, you didn't put your toothbrush where it should be, or why don't you do this like this? They will even want to rearrange your sitting room, your kitchen, put this here, put that there, you know. We have them. You cannot fight them. You cannot be rude to them. but you can speak to them amicably. And I also believe that the other person that can help is their own child. Is their own son or their daughter who can speak to them like, Mommy, I appreciate you, but this is my family, you know, with love. You can't do it in a rush manner. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Now, let me see her page, see what's going on. Mommy El Bethel says the biggest concern any of us has before marrying that special someone is about the future in-laws. Will they accept me is number one question. The second one is, will I like them? And the another one is, are we socially compatible? Now, this is not about the person you want to marry now. It's about the in-laws. You know, like a Yoruba adage that says, Yawo dara dara bi oko to da shefe, ano buruku ni ko shefe. You know, so you can have a good partner. But what about the extended family? What about the in-laws? It's very, very important. Gone are those days when before you marry, you have to do investigation into the family you want to marry into. But today, the only thing we do is the person you want to marry, the person you are directly involved in. The moment you are in love, you don't look at the extended families, you don't give a toss about how they feel about you. This is the anything is the person I'm dealing with that I'm concentrating with. I do not give a toss what the in-law think about me. You know, that is what we do now, or most people do now, you know, because different people within the family will have different views about you. It's going to take a while for you to convince them that your intention towards their sister or their brother, it's a genuine one, it's a true one, and it's an honest one. It's going to take time for them to accept you on their side. Also, put in question their daughter, their sister, or their son in question. Do they even love her or do they love him? That will determine how they will accept you. I'm going to take this call to see how I can help. Now, this is my phone. This is not Facebook.
This is not Facebook.
This is not Facebook. This is my phone.
So how do we connect on your Facebook now?
I can't even see you. It's telling me you're not even watching. You're watching me, but you're not on the program.
I've tried everything. I've looked.
You're watching me quite all right, but you're not on the program.
Then how do I connect on the program? Tell me, please.
Did you try going on the link I sent you?
Yes, I did. It's the same thing. I tried it. Let me show you now live. You see everything. I tried swapping on these things. It's telling me invalid this, that. It's not even giving me the options for video. I can only watch you, but I don't even have the options. The same problem.
The invitation I sent you, did you accept it? On the page?
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
I can't even see you. You're not here at all. Types of mother-in-laws. Momiel Bethel also says, let me go up.
Yeah, thank you. I've accepted you.
Thank you, Brother Tunde Apelogun, for joining. Brother Milola, I see you, Gumaki. By the way, Brother Milola is the one that designed my leaflet. He does a lot of things, so thank you so much for that. Mommy El Bethel Prayer Ministry says, let's start with the jealous mother-in-law. This usually happens when a mom loses a son to marriage, not a daughter. So the jealousy comes mostly with sons, not a daughter. The jealousy might be caused by an obsessive relationship with their son, territorial feeling, or simply overprotection after a lifetime of nurturing. And it could also be, this is my own contribution to what Mommy Albert said, it could also be from the experience they might have had with their own mother-in-law, and they're extending that over their child. People have different experience. You don't know the end of it. So that can also affect. There was another comment I saw. An immense, Mommy Albert is on fire this night. An immense success factor in any marriage is a happy mother-in-law. Some of us are blessed with perfect ones, and it feels surreal sometimes. Yet some aren't as lucky. And we're talking about a perfect mother-in-law. A good example of that is what we see with Naomi and Ruth in the book of Ruth in the Bible. So it's a shame my guest struggling to still join. She was supposed to take us through the journey of Ruth in scriptures. I can't even see you if you are here, then I'll be able to add you even. I've invited you even on the program. I can't see you. If everybody can join in, why can't you join in? I can't find you anywhere.
I just wrote a comment.
You wrote, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go and find. The comment is coming in from another streaming. Now, did you close all you have? Close it. Maybe you went to the one I shared on my page. Close it.
All right.
On your phone and this, and then click on the link again. Let's try that.
All right.
The perfectionist mother-in-law. I'm reading from Bethel Ministries. A mother-in-law, if your in-laws have exquisite culinary skills or cleaning OCD, you are in trouble. Oh, wow. You are in trouble. They are the worst peer pressuring type. It's embarrassing when they make unannounced visit and you have to cook one of your average meals for them, or they see a chaotic house, piles of unfolded laundry, messy beds, countless plates, and pans to be washed. You are in trouble. You need to bring your A game, because they will show you that they noticed mayhem. Now, to the needy mother-in-law, you must call her at all times. I think we've said already, call her at all times. You must feast over her at all times. And if you fail to do so, then you may not be enough for her son. There's nothing like Naomi. God bless Naomi. Seriously. Then we have the manipulative mother-in-law, causing misunderstanding in between couples because she wants her way. It's her way, very manipulative. She tries, when she wants her way, she goes through the son or goes through the daughter. She knocks their head together just for her to get what she wants. That is very dangerous. That is very, very dangerous game. If care is not taken, that home will be destroyed. If a lot of patience and wisdom is not applied to be able to deal with such mother-in-laws that are manipulative, you need to be open with your partner. If everything you discuss with your mother or your family comes on board, not everything, but things that are important, maybe the things that have to do with you, your family. And I spoke to Mama yesterday and we talked about the children's school, So she won't be able to get you, because why? You come out to tell your partner what you have said, and then your partner also tells you what Mama said. So you'll be able to compare notes from what you have said and what she have said, what you have heard, and you'll be able to know how to deal with things with wisdom. But if there's secrecy between you and your partner, and you have a manipulative mother-in-law, you are in big trouble. Jealous mother-in-law, lose her son to marriage. They were, there's another kind of mother-in-law who believes they know what is best for their son, or they know what is best for their grandchildren. Some of them even see their grandchildren as theirs, as their own direct children, not you. They want to decide which school they're going to go to. They want to decide what happens in the life of their grandchildren, how you have to dress them up and all that. That is super, super. A woman will get frustrated no matter how patient you are. Trust me, no matter how patient you are, to get to a breaking point where you won't be able to handle it anymore. And this still boils down to the son being man enough to say, Mommy, stop. Mommy, we love you. We want you around, but you cannot keep doing this. You know? And whichever way, even it's the other way around, the daughter also needs to be able to put her feet down and say, Mommy, this cannot continue. Let me be a mother to my children. You have nurtured me. When I need your advice, I will come around. You know, they're not going to take it lightly. No, don't expect them to take it and just accept it like that. No, but you need to keep your feet down. Mommy L Better says the nosy mother-in-law. And that makes my nose itchy. Funny enough, she is the type who wants to know every single thing about your daily routine. She needs to know who pays for the groceries. And if you fail to do them, you may not be enough for her son. I think I'm jumping. Sorry, I'm going to take that again. The nosy mother-in-law, she is the type who wants to know every single thing about your daily routine. She needs to know who pays for the groceries, if the husband stays out late, if the wife is wasting money or on designer bags, and why the wife isn't pregnant yet. Let's not even go into the pregnant issue. That is another one. That is another dangerous, terrible one. But in all and all, everything that is happening or everything the mother-in-law is doing is based on love. That's the irony of it. That's just the truth of it. But it's just that the excessiveness of things makes it dangerous. You know? And if you look into the story of Ruth, sorry, still waiting for my guest to deal on that. But I'll see if I can beat around the bush until she joins in. If she's able to join in on time, we might have to repeat this topic next week, Wednesday. With Ruth and Naomi, we see the steps Naomi took in the life of Ruth. She did not see Ruth as a daughter-in-law anymore. Ruth became Naomi's daughter. Why? Because now Ruth also accepted Naomi as a mother. Ruth did not see her mother-in-law as the second mother. If a woman will say, your God will be my God, your people will be my people, where you go, I will go, where you are buried, I will be buried. That becomes not just words, it becomes a covenant. And that is to say, she has accepted her mother-in-law as a mother. Now, for her to also do that, it is not only out of pity, because Naomi lost her 2 sons. I don't believe that's the reason. But she has seen the way she has behaved towards her, you know, in the years she was married to them, the way she has carried the family along. For a woman to say, Mama, I know I have a mother, but I cannot joke with you. That means they've played important roles in their lives. So before you want a relationship of Ruth and Naomi with your daughter-in-law, you want your daughter-in-law to say, Mama, where you go, I will go. What you do, I will do. Your God will be my God. Your people will be my people. Where you are buried, I will be buried. Before your daughter-in-laws can say that, before your son-in-laws can say that to you, you must have lifted some stones. You must have broken some barriers. You must have shown 100% undiluted agape love to them. And peradventure, you must also have made some sacrifices for them to say, what more can she do? She has even done more than my own biological mother has done. Or she is even doing as much as my mother is doing. So when we talk about a mother-in-law like that of Naomi and Ruth, is a relationship like that, you must give your quota. You must drop your own pennies. You must be able to sacrifice and show undiluted love. And you must not be the category, all these categories we are listing. You are not going to be in this list because I have not seen any positive list so far. From all the type we've been looking at, the nosy mother-in-law. You cannot be nosy. You cannot be egotistical mother-in-law. You cannot be the OCD mother-in-law. And then you want such a relationship when you frustrate your daughter-in-laws and your son-in-laws. They don't even want to call you. Maybe they call you like once a week before. It turns to once in a month. And that is just for courtesy's sake. If they hear our mama is coming to visit, they find every excuse not to be in the house. Either that's when they want to go to the salon, or they want to go to shopping, or they want to go to a church service because they don't want to be around you. But if you want such a relationship of Ruth and Naomi, then you must also make changes. You must make changes. You must extend peace and love and harmony. You must encourage your children and their partners. You must give them room to make mistakes. Give them, when they make mistakes, then they come to you, mommy, we've missed it, advise us. Wait for them to come to you. You know, and then you have a blissful relationship. Now, it will not be an additional child to you. So it will not be that, oh, I've lost my son to marriage, or I've lost my daughter to marriage. No. But it will be that you have gained another daughter, you have gained another son. And then your joy has multiplied. And you have peace all around you. Before you even said Jack Robinson, they've surrounded you. Mommy Elberta says, the egotistical mother-in-law. And that is the one that loves being the center of attention. You cannot be the center of attention in your child's marriage. No, it's not about you anymore. Your time has gone. So the only time you have now is with your husband. Peradventure, you're a widow. You need to find another hobby. Your children's family cannot be your hobby, cannot be your pastime. You cannot be the center of attention. No. Your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law, they are the center of attention to themselves. And when they start having children, their child becomes the center of attention. It's a new family entirely. You need to give room. And especially with her relatives and children, every occasion is an excuse to gather a family around her. And they are not that bad. That's what Mommy Elberta says. But it depends. It depends. If you are throwing party just because you want to showcase what you have and what you can do, when it becomes a competition, then it's not healthy anymore. Maybe your daughter threw a bash party or a birthday party for their son, and then the next month you're also calling a party. You know, not because you really have a good reason for party. You just find an excuse for party because you want to do a competition. You want to prove and show to your daughter-in-law that you can throw better party. Then that is not a healthy one. That is not a healthy one at all. Let me see which ones again do I have here. Dismissive mother-in-laws. They always ignore you. You are not, no matter what you do or what you say, you can't please them. Even if your mommy look at the bag I bought you, they look at the bag like, thank you. And they just dump it there like, what did she buy? You know? You don't matter to them. And she will make it clear that she doesn't like you. Now, somebody makes it clear to me that I don't like them. And I'm trying to be a good Christian. You know, I'm going to go on like just pretend I don't understand what she's doing. And I'm going to continue extending that love, extending that care. But if I'm not making any headway, it is natural that there's going to be a decline. For instance, if I buy you jewelry or I buy you clothes and you don't appreciate it or you don't put it on, I don't see you on you. I tried the first time, I tried the second time, I tried the third time. I'm like, all the things I buy for you as gifts, you don't use them, then I'll stop buying them. But it is natural when you give gifts, you want to see the gift being used. And that makes you happy, excited. You say, oh, you look so good on your mother-in-law, on your friend, or on your partner. And then you want to buy more. You want to buy more. Oh, the slippers I bought for her yesterday was so nice. Oh, I'm going to see if I can find her another color. You know, the jewelry sat lovely on her. The gele was so beautiful on her. Then you want, okay, you see another one, you don't need it. Oh, this will be nice on my mother-in-law. This will look good on my son-in-law. This will look good on my father-in-law. You want to buy more. You want to do more. Because why? You be appreciated. Mommy Alberta says, even with all these uneven qualities of some mother-in-laws, you can still live in harmony and have a beautiful home with your spouse as long as they are not fetish. Very, very good. Thank you very much for that. It is the fetish one that is dangerous. It is the fetish one that can destroy the marriage quickly. All the other ones, you can deal with it. You can manage it. You know, we don't choose our mother. We don't choose our parent. So just see them as your parent. Accept them for who they are. But when it becomes diabolical, you enter a lot of fasting and prayer. And at some point, you might have to run for your life. What does that mean? You might have to leave their son for them or leave their daughter for them. And this is because I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot. And I'm sure people watching also have different experiences. So if when it comes to life-threatening, you might have to leave their child for them. But if it's not diabolical, then you can deal with it. You can manage it. Understand them, understand what makes them tick, understand who they are from all the examples we are even giving. You know, understand what makes them happy, what makes them sad. And whenever they come around, try to beat to their tune. Or dance to their tune, rather. You know, try to make them happy. They don't live with you. They're going to be there for a while and they're going to be gone. Even if she's the one that likes you to call and gist every now and then. Even if it means setting a reminder on your phone. See as an assignment that needs to be carried out. Once a week, twice a week. Mommy, gist about work, gist about any nonsense. Gist about politics. Gist about the hike in the petrol price. Talk about any nonsense. But just to keep your home in harmony. Mr. Larry says, a good mother-in-law is a peacemaker, kind-hearted, compassionate, and considerate. The most important one, all peacemaker is beautiful, kind-hearted, compassionate. It's all lovely. But being considerate goes a long way. Being considerate goes a long way. Being, you know, being passionate, giving room. When you're considerate, well, man, if it may disturb mom, let me not use my own to disturb my children. Let me just leave them. Let me give them room. You are missing them. You want to be with them. You want them to call you 24/7. But you're also being considerate that, they also have their life to live. They also have their children to look after. They're also going to go to work. They also have their expenses. Especially in the African community, when we are the one looking after our parents. You know, also remember, they have bills to pay as well. It's not that, my son, she spent all my son's money. You know, we can't have that. You also spent your husband's money. But unfortunately, if you are not able to spend your husband's money, it's not her fault. Being considerate. putting people in our own shoe. If it was me, if somebody did this to me, how will I feel? If somebody did this to me, how will I handle it? Mommy L. Better says, your mother-in-law should be your mother too. But in many cases, unfortunately, it's not so. And it's not because people don't want to do that. No. It is. I've been there. I've been in and out of that. And my mom has been late now for a couple of years. So I always want that motherly figure that I can also see as my mom. So, but if you're not fortunate to have that kind of mother-in-law, you just need to adjust yourself. El Bethel Prayer Ministry says, my daughter-in-law is my daughter. I love her to bits. She tells me things, that means you gist. Because I know if she's happy, my son is happy too. And that's peace of mind. See, understanding. If she is happy, my son is happy. But if you frustrate her, then you are frustrating your son. Because all this energy will bounce back. It's going to affect their home. And before you know, it's going to affect their finances. Especially when it has to do with the issue of the woman not conceiving on time. You need to be super understanding. Super pathetic. You know. Be there for them. But don't overstep. Do not overstep. Let me say any more. Any more coming up before we close for the day? Thank you all for joining. Are we still sharing? Any more comments coming in about mother-in-laws? It's a pity my guest could not join in today because she's struggling with the technical part of it. So I'll probably have to show her what to do. And then we're going to take the topic all over again next week, Wednesday. Which one am I missing? El Better Ministry says, oh yes, do not overstep. It's their lives. Allow them to live it. And may God help all of us. Amen, somebody. Types of mother-in-laws. The mother-in-law will want to see you as their best friend. All but that. If your mother-in-law see you as their best friend, then you are lucky. You should be happy. In fact, you should be on top of the moon. That she wants to go party with you. She wants to do things with you. Hey. You just get the best friend. But even with that, you need to be careful the things you discuss with her. No matter what, do not be a fool, to be too open. Be sensible. Know what to say and know what not to say. We have mother-in-law who believes they know what is better for your kids. How do we deal with that? If your mother-in-law comes around and says, oh, that uniform is not nice, go and buy a new one. The school you put my grandchild in is not good enough. I think that happens mostly with parents that are very, very rich. How do you handle that? Or how do you handle a mother-in-law who cannot even pronounce your name properly? You've been married for 6-7 years and she's still having problem pronouncing your name. What do we say to that? Do we say it's no big deal? Or do we say she has not really or fully accepted you? Because if she has accepted you, she should be able to know your name or pronounce your name. I can't imagine my mother-in-law saying, what did you call that your name? What is your name again? How do you pronounce it? And then you do that first year, second year, third year, 5 years. That's frustrating, no? That's frustrating. And there's another one who is the nursing mother-in-law. That I'm going to call her the most mother-in-law. Because she nursed her child, breastfed her own child or her children for 9 years. She also expects you to breastfeed your child for that long. Do you fight? What do you do? How do you handle that? I need advice. If your mother-in-law comes and tells you, you have to do exclusive breastfeeding and not minding your work, not minding your health, you just have to breastfeed because she believes that's the best for her grandchildren. I need advice before we round up. How do you deal with such a mother-in-law? Or if you have a mother-in-law who curses the children or curses in front of the kids, who is not seasoned enough, who comes around and says swear words, or gets drunk and all that. How do you protect your children or your family around such mother-in-laws? How do you deal with people like that? How do you deal with mother-in-law who comes around and dictates? Any answer to that before we close for the night? Wow, we have a lot of people that joined in today. Thank you all so much. Even though my guests could not come in, it's been a beautiful night. Thank you so much, Mommy. No, it's been so wonderful for your support, for your contribution and all. Thank you so much. Sister Lua Kemi, thank you for watching and for sharing. Dami Lola, thanks for your support, for your help every now and then. Alariwaju, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I see you all. God bless you all really good. It's been a blissful night. Sister Olayin Kapopola, thanks for joining. Sister Mary, thanks for watching, but not able to join. I can imagine how frustrated you would be. You've been preparing for this for about a month now. It's a shame you could not join. Sister Mary finally is able to join with text messages. And she says the solution to this is that the son needs to be involved in creating boundaries. Yes, I believe that very, very much. When challenges are like this are coming up in a family, the son must be able to create boundaries. But I am appealing. In as much as we are creating boundaries, let us do it out of love. Let us do it with understanding. Let us remember that we also will be mother-in-laws one day. And how would you love to be treated? Do you want to feel you've lost your son or your daughter? Or that you have gained a daughter or a son more? How would you deal with it? So in all your thinking, all your imagining, in all your strategizing, remember to put yourself in your mother-in-law's shoes. When you put yourself in the shoe of others, though you cannot feel the pain like they feel, but just try and imagine if this happened with my child, with my son or with my daughter, and my son-in-law and my daughter-in-law does this to me, or they talk to me like this, or they don't accept me, or I don't feel accepted, how will I feel? How do I want to be treated as a mother-in-law? So if the way you want to be treated as a mother-in-law, the same way you should treat your mother-in-law. Do you want your children to come around and grandchildren to spend time with you when you grow old? Then take your grandchildren to see their grandmom. Take your children to see their grandmom. And we also have some mother-in-laws, funny to say, they don't want any grandchildren around them. Maybe only for Christmas time or for Easter time. They are the party going ones. They are the free-minded ones. They just do their own life. Are you people okay? How are you? Everything okay? Okay, fine, bye-bye. And then they just move on. Such mother-in-laws, even you'll be begging them to, when you have babies, to come around and spend 1 week with you. You will beg them. You will even bribe them before they will come. They don't have your time. They are doing their own life. Such ones, I think, is a lot of advantage to it too. Princess Tiola, thanks for joining, Yami. You can't satisfy some daughter-in-law, mother-in-law in quotes, no matter what you do. That is life. We can't satisfy everyone, and we can't please everyone, but we can try. You know, we're going to break down Ruth next week. We can try. Now, when Ruth was in the what's it called now? When she was in the farm with harvesting crops in Boaz's farm, and then Boaz was being nice to Ruth and all that, and then she said something, you don't know me. How come you are being so nice and generous to me? And Boaz said something. He said, I have heard what you have done to your mother-in-law. I have heard the way you have treated her. So, thank you when she was gleaning. So, don't think people are not watching you, or people don't see or hear the way you're treating your mother-in-law or your daughter-in-law. They may not be in the house with you, but tongue talks, and people can see. You know? So, in doing your best, in trying your best, the reward might not even come from them directly. Just like with the issue of Ruth and Naomi. The reward came from Boaz. Said, I have heard what you have done with your mother-in-law. So let us be careful. As daughter-in-law or as mother-in-laws, let us be careful. Let us be very, very careful. Thank you, and that's Ruth 2:11. People are watching. People are watching us. People are watching us. You know. Me, I believe in open relationship. I believe in simplicity. And if there's something I don't like, you know, instantly I will tell you. Talk about it, deal with it, and move on. But if things are not changing, don't force it. Stay back and pray for them. There are things you don't like happening in your child's home, in your son's home, in your daughter's home. Do not condemn them. Do not make things worse. But rather pray for them. When you keep praying for them and keep praying for them, by the time you talk about it again, the Holy Spirit would have touched their hearts. Or you might not even need to talk to them again. The Holy Spirit will convince them that what my mother-in-law said yesterday is true. Let me adjust. Or let me do this. Most especially if there are issues in the family you want to address, talk to your own child. Either your son or your daughter. It's not every time you're going to go to your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law. You know, rather go to your own child. I came to your house yesterday. The whole place was so messy. What's going on? Is everything okay? You know, do not be judgmental about it, but show genuine concern. Do you need help? Do you want me to get you a house help that can help you, you know, in cleaning? Find out what the problem is first. And then you advise. Help them to find a solution, not add to the problem. Sister Mary says, it has been fully reported to me. That is Ruth 2:11. That is Boaz speaking to Ruth. All that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and your mother and the land of your birth. What have I done? Of your birth, and have come to a people whom you did not even know before. That is a sacrificial love. But like I said earlier on, before Ruth sacrificed all and showed so much love to Naomi, Naomi also have done some things. Naomi also has stepped in the place of a mother. Your mother-in-law cannot be diabolical, cannot be nagging, cannot be so selfish and all that. And then you say, your people are my people. Where mama, wherever you go, I will go. It's a lie, yo. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. It's been a beautiful night. I see Mommy Elizabeth Bola Williams. Thanks for joining me, even though you came in very late. You're going to get a fine for that, ma. Sister Mary, thanks for your late contribution. Thank you. I know you've been there throughout, struggling to join in. Next week, we're going to take this again. And yes, by then we will be ready with Sister Mary. And it's going to be explosive. I know she is very, very dedicated. And she knows how to break the word of the Lord. The devil is a liar. We're going to take this again next week. Looking into scriptures about being a good mother-in-law. And your relationship with your daughter-in-law. Until I see you again next week, I remain Modupe Ekene Adeniji, your host on the Relationship Talk Show. And I believe we've learned one or two things tonight. And next week is going to be awesome. It's going to blossom in the presence of the Lord. Until then, it's good night from me. Thank you for joining. Let us just share. Let's bless someone with the teaching of tonight. Let's encourage someone with what we've learned tonight.
That's a fact I cannot erase.